It felt, watching that you controlled the majority of that game. Is that how you saw it?
Yes, very much so, particularly in that first half period. You know, I think with where we are at the moment, particularly away from home, we wanted to try and get a foothold in the game quite early and certainly play the game at a quite a high tempo. We was able to do that. We know the style of play has changed here, and we hope that we could benefit from that. What we did know, it would be hard to sustain that type of tempo for 90 minutes, and the second half became a little bit of a different game, with Stoke having to get a little bit more direct, and of course we had to cope with that one. But we had some really good periods in the game of possession, and ultimately could have won by more.
So when you know that the momentum might change in the second half and that your tempo might drop a bit, at half-time is it important to prepare the players for that, to know that they're going to have to defend for periods in that second half?
The important thing is to make sure to stay calm, and it's about responsibilities and the roles of responsibilities. Players, I thought Alex Tettey was outstanding in central midfield, and we knew that he would have to do a shielding role, particularly as the game went on. But you also know that there are going to be periods where things are going against you. So whether that's a goal that goes against you or a good spell that Stoke have, and that's a time that you need to make sure and dig deep and keep the shape about you. But I always felt that even when Stoke had their periods where they got a little bit longer, that we could catch them on a counter-attack. And I think if we'd perhaps just showed a little bit more in that final pass, we could have made it a little bit more of a comfortable day for ourselves. You
mentioned Tete. Leroy Fer got man of the match as well. What's he brought to your football club this season?
Well, what he has done, he's got better and better as each game has gone by, and I think it takes a little bit of time, I think, to settle in. And what we have done is we have brought new players in, as we did last season, and players can't always hit it off straight away. We have to get used to them, how they play, how they're used to playing before. And I think certainly with Leroy, it's about finding the best role for him, the best combinations for him. We know the type of player he is and the quality that he's got, but it's also fitting him into that team shape, and we've been working very hard at that.
Does that go for you as well, Chris? Because when you bring in new players, it increases your options as well. But with increased options comes greater analysis of your team selections and your substitutions, doesn't it?
I think that's normal. What you want to do is you want to improve the squad that we've got here. And we managed to finish in an excellent position last season, and we've continually said that we want to make progress as a club. Ultimately, progress doesn't necessarily mean finishing higher, but it means that we feel that we've got a better squad, that we've got better players, and we have the opportunity to make progress. But yes, I think the pressure comes with that one. It is also difficult, as I say. You bring new players in, you're disrupting perhaps a little bit what you had of last season, and it can take a little bit of time. And that's why it's difficult to make judgments so early. And I know it's the nature of our game, and it's something that we have to always put up with. But we've always been confident that once we get our best 11 out at any particular time, that we can show some of the qualities that we show today.
I'll make sure the boys in the studio don't rush into judgments this evening. Thank you for talking to us, Chris.
No, you're very welcome. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.